Okay, picture the Mediterranean Sea for a moment. You know, those incredible blue waters, the ancient ports, all that amazing life under the surface. It's iconic.
It really is. A place so many people love, steeped in history, and biologically so rich.
But there's something happening beneath that beautiful surface. Something, well, something transformative and maybe a bit unsettling.
Yeah, it's often called the silent invasion.
Yeah.
We're talking about alien species moving into the Mediterranean. And invasion really isn't too strong a word here.
Not at all. The scale is pretty staggering, isn't it? Like over 1,000 non-native species recorded now.
That's right, over 1,000. And this isn't just some, scientific curiosity. It's a major environmental issue. And many of these new arrivals are, well, they're here for good.
So today we're doing a deep dive using your shared sources to really get into this. Why does it matter? Ecologically, economically, and importantly, what role can you actually play in understanding and maybe responding to this?
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What exactly is an alien species in this situation?
Good question.
Well, essentially, it's an organism, plant or animal, that's been introduced by human activity somewhere it doesn't naturally occur. Sometimes it's deliberate, often it's accidental.
And the key part is that they don't just visit, right? They stick around.
Exactly. They establish themselves, they start spreading, and crucially, they often outcompete the native species that should be there. They become permanent residents.
And for the Mediterranean, there was a major event that kind of opened the floodgates, wasn't there? The Suez Canal.
Oh, absolutely, a game changer. When it opened back in 1869, it wasn't just a shipping route. It inadvertently became this direct pipeline, almost a superhighway for species from the Indo-Pacific, mostly the Red Sea, to just swim right into the Med.
And it's particularly effective, I read, because it lacks some of the natural barriers like strong salinity differences that you might find elsewhere.
That's a key point. Unlike, say, the Strait of Gibraltar, which has strong currents and different water properties, the canal is, relatively speaking, an easier passage. It's sort of a one-way street for many species coming north.
So the canal built the highway.
And climate change paved it and put up welcoming signs.
Okay, explain that.
Well, the Mediterranean is warming faster than the global average. Rising sea temperatures, driven by climate change, make the waters much more hospitable for these tropical and subtropical species arriving from the warmer Red Sea.
So species that might have arrived before but couldn't really thrive now find it comfortable.
Exactly. It accelerates their ability to establish populations, reproduce, and then spread further west and north within the Mediterranean. The warming acts as a huge accelerant.
So it's this combination, the pathway exists, and the destination is becoming more inviting. Now, some of these newcomers are, I imagine, quite striking to look at, like the lionfish.
Oh, the lionfish.
Yeah.
Pteromiles is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Those flowing fins, the stripes, very eye-catching. But it's a problem, a big one. It's a voracious predator. It eats almost anything smaller than it. And critically, here in the Mediterranean, it has basically zero natural enemies.
Nothing preys on it.
Very little, if anything, reliably does. So its populations can just explode. It decimates native fish and crustacean populations, the small ones especially.
Yeah.
It's not just eating fish. It's fundamentally changing the structure of entire underwater ecosystems.
Wow. Okay, so that's a major ecological impact. But it's not just about the ecosystem balance, is it? Some species pose, like, direct risks to people, too.
Yes, definitely. Take the jellyfish Rhopolima nomadica. We're seeing these huge blooms more often. They drift inshore, and their stings are really painful.
Lethal enough to, what, ruin a beach day?
Painful enough to force authorities to close beaches, sometimes for days or weeks during peak tourist season. It's a serious nuisance, but also an economic hit for coastal communities.
And then there's that fish, the silver-cheeked toadfish, Ligocephalus celeratus.
Ugh, yes, that one is genuinely dangerous. It contains potent neurotoxins, tetrodotoxin, same stuff as pufferfish. Eating it can be fatal.
And people might accidentally eat it.
It's happening. It's increasingly turning up in fishing nets. Fishermen might not recognize it, or sadly, sometimes it gets mixed in with other catches and consumed by mistake. There have been fatalities. So these aren't just, abstract ecological shifts. They have real, tangible consequences for human safety and activities.
Okay, so the scale is huge, the impacts are serious. How on earth do scientists even track all this across the entire Mediterranean? You can't have researchers everywhere.
Exactly. That's the crux of the problem for traditional monitoring. It's expensive, it's time-consuming, and you can only cover tiny areas. Scientists and divers, they just physically cannot be everywhere at once. There are massive gaps in coverage.
So how do we fill those gaps?
Well, this is where citizen science becomes so incredibly powerful. Think about it. who is everywhere along the coast.
Beachgoers, fishermen, snorkelers, divers, people just walking their dogs.
Precisely. Everyday people, nature lovers. They are the eyes and ears on the ground, or rather, in the water, harnessing their observations. That's the key.
So it's about turning casual sightings into useful data.
Yes. Platforms like iNaturalist or specific national biodiversity apps make it really easy. You see something unusual, you snap a clear photo, maybe note the location and time, and upload it.
And then what happens? Does someone check it?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. Experts, often volunteers or researchers associated with these platforms, review and verify the identifications. So your observation, once confirmed, becomes a scientifically valuable data point.
And that allows for what? Near real-time mapping.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It allows us to track the spread of these species much faster and over much wider areas than traditional surveys ever could. It gives us a dynamic picture of what's happening.
And that data actually gets used.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It feeds directly into scientific research, but also informs government agencies, marine park managers, conservation groups. They can use it to issue warnings like about toxic fish or jellyfish blooms, or to develop management strategies, maybe focus conservation efforts where native species are most threatened. Your single observation contributes to this bigger, essential picture of rapid change.
It's amazing how technology enables that connection now. Let's broaden out a bit, though. Beyond the biology, what are the wider human and economic costs here? You mentioned tourism impacts with jellyfish.
Right. And it goes deeper. It affects livelihoods and quality of life in very direct ways.
Can you give some examples?
Well, we talked about the family holiday disrupted by closed beaches. That's real. Or picture a small-scale fisherman. His family depends on his catch. Suddenly, his nets are full of lionfish, which are tricky to handle because of the venomous spines or the toxic toadfish he absolutely cannot sell.
So his income plummets, or his work becomes much harder, even dangerous.
Exactly. And maybe he catches fewer of the native fish he relies on because the invaders are out competing or eating them. These aren't just hypothetical worries anymore. This is the reality for many people in the eastern and central Mediterranean, and it's spreading.
And tourism is such a massive part of the economy for so many Mediterranean countries. Greece, Italy, Cyprus, Turkey.
Huge. It's a cornerstone. So repeated outbreaks of harmful alien species, whether it's jellyfish closing beaches or concerns about toxic fish entering the food chain, that can seriously damage the reputation of a tourist destination.
It could deter visitors, lead to economic losses, maybe even create a sense of distrust if people feel risks aren't being managed well.
Precisely. It's a significant economic vulnerability tied directly to this ecological shift.
But you're saying that citizen awareness and reporting can help manage this.
It can definitely help mitigate the damage. Knowing where species are spreading allows for targeted warnings, maybe focused removal efforts for certain species like lionfish, and just generally better preparedness. Early detection and rapid information flow are crucial.
Okay, so for anyone listening who spends time near the Med or cares about it, what are the practical things they can do? How can you be part of this solution?
Right, number one is observe and report. Keep your eyes peeled when you're swimming, diving, fishing, even just walking on the beach. See something that looks out of place, maybe unfamiliar?
Take a picture.
Yes, take a clear photo if you can do it safely. Then upload it to a platform like iNaturalist or whatever local biodiversity app is used in that country. Good photos are key for identification.
Okay, observe and report. What else?
Number two, spread the word. Talk about it. Share this knowledge with friends, family, maybe local dive instructors or fishing guides if you're interacting with them. And yinjing really is the first line of defense. The more people who know what to look for, the better.
Makes sense. And third?
Stay informed. Follow updates from marine conservation organizations, local research institutes, or biodiversity platforms. Knowing about new sightings or emerging threats helps you be a more effective observer and contributor.
So observe, share, stay informed. Pretty straightforward actions.
They seem small individually, but collectively they make a massive difference. We're talking about a Mediterranean that's undergoing this huge ongoing transformation. Ecologically, economically, socially,
Yeah.
This silent invasion is reshaping the sea we know.
And it's not something we can just ignore, is it?
Definitely not. And the point is, the best defense, or at least the best understanding, really starts with awareness. Starts with you.
That citizen reporting piece feels so vital. It really does bridge that gap, doesn't it, between just scattered sightings and having enough information for coordinated action.
It's absolutely essential. It helps us track the changes, understand the impacts, and hopefully make better decisions to protect the Mediterranean's incredibly valuable and increasingly fragile ecosystems.
So as we wrap up, maybe a final thought to leave people with, this idea that many of these species are now here to stay. What does that really mean for the future?
That's the big question, isn't it? If these species are permanent residents, how does that change our whole concept of what's native or natural in the Mediterranean? We're witnessing ecosystems reorganizing in real time. What will the new normal look like in 50 or 100 years?
Yeah,
It really makes you think about ecological identity in a rapidly changing world.
a lot to ponder there. Keep observing, keep questioning.
Stay curious about the sea.